first off, captain this season, how has it been for you leading into the season?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, pre-season's very long, so I've had a bit of time to get used to the captaincy and really enjoying it so far. I think we've got a pretty experienced group with a lot of young boys sort of mixed through it too, which makes it a little bit easier for myself. But yeah, so far so good. Just keen to get the season started after such a long pre-season.
Yeah, a few young boys there. Do you feel kind of extra pressure, as a leader?
Not really. I think if anything, it's a little bit easier. They're all really good kids. They've all sort of come through the academy, so I've sort of seen them around, or they've trained with us for a number of years, and they've really come into pre-season and done really well and shown the right attitude. So in that regard, it's very easy. But yeah, they're very good kids, and they sort of keep me young and youthful. So I'm really enjoy it.
I know usually in pre-season the boys say they go through and kind of circle this game in the calendar. How cool is it to kick the season off with this game? Because it's going to be pretty epic, especially with the signings from overseas.
Yeah, the way it's sort of worked out has been unreal. Obviously, 2 massive signings for both clubs. We've got another few signings that have come in and been very promising. So they're ready to go. It's always a big game. I think it's a sellout. It has been for a number of weeks. So everything's working out to be really good and a great way to start the season. And if we can get a win, especially on their home turf, will make a great start for us and something we're pushing for. And can't wait to get out there and give it a good crack.
What's it been like having Douglas, I'm not sure what pronunciation we're going for.
Dougie, we call him Dougie.
Dougie? Yeah, I actually said that when he got here in the airport. I was like, he's Dougie now, he's in Australia.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
How has he kind of meshed with the group?
Yeah, really well. He's, for somebody that's done what he's done in the game, he's a very humble guy. He's sort of fit into the way we want to play. We have a specific way of playing, and he's fitted right into that and done what the coach wants, which is always important. Sometimes you can get players come in and they want to do their own thing, but he's been very good. He's a very good fella, very likeable guy, and like I said, very humble for someone of his stature. So so far everything is looking really well, and I think people have sort of got a glimpse of what he can do in the Champions League that we've been playing in pre-season. So set him up for a good season, I think.
How's kind of this pre-season or off-season differed to others? Because I think this is the first full one that Ufi has been here for. How's it differed to last year? I think he works you guys a bit harder, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. I think obviously the way we play is quite demanding, so we need to be pretty fit, and we need to know what we have to do and when to do it. So I think Ufi having the whole pre-season to implement his style of play and to get us as fit as he wants us has sort of been a good thing. Can be a bit long days, especially when it's a 3-month pre-season, but obviously we've got through it now and everyone's ready to go, and I think everyone's fit, and when you're fit I think you play your best football. So I think everyone's in a pretty good state now to kick the season off and really give it a red hot crack.
What do you look forward to the most about a Sydney derby? Is it because we can pack out the stadiums? What is it particularly as a player you love about the Sydney derby?
It's hard to pinpoint something. It's all of it. Obviously the atmosphere is always great. Both sets of fans always show up in numbers, which creates a great atmosphere. The game is a little bit more intense. There's a bit more riding on the game when it comes to just pride, getting one over the biggest enemy. So just all of that sort of intensifies the game and makes it that little bit more exciting, I suppose, from a player's point of view. So I think everything that sort of comes into one, especially being first round too, to kick off the season in a positive note, win over them would be a great start. So I think all of it coming together makes a great spectacle for everyone, especially us players.
I did wonder, Luke Bratton obviously was the captain here last year. Do you still have any chats or any banter with him now he's gone over to one of the other sides? Yeah,
I still speak to Brats quite often. We're in a few different group chats that we still chat, and obviously speak to him on a personal level. He's obviously away as a national team, which I spoke to him about, which is really great to see. I think it's been a long time coming for Brats.
Yeah, what does this sort of derby mean to you, basically? You've played in a few now. Does it get you excited more than any of the other games?
Yeah, for sure. I think this is, like Chloe said, the one that you circle, the one that you look forward to. I think we've got a few teams that we love to beat, but I think Wanderers, for me, on a personal level, is the one I love to beat the most, especially doing it on their home turf would be nice. We've got some good results out there at CommBank not just against them but in the past. So it's a good hunting ground for us. So yeah, playing against them for me is the biggest game and the one I want to be a part of the most. So looking forward to getting the chance to play in another one.
And you've got great memories at that ground, obviously scoring the grand final winner. You scored last year at that ground in the league game. As captain, would you love to put your name on the score sheet again?
Yeah, obviously. That'd be unreal. I don't score too many, but when I do, they're pretty memorable, I think. And like you said, I scored a couple out at Combank, so it'd be nice to get another one. I think I actually wore the captain's armband last year when I scored, so hopefully that's a good omen going into this game. But no, as long as we win, I know that's very cliche to say, but as long as we win and put a good performance and play the way we know we can, I'm sure we'll get the win, and that's all that matters.
And just finally, having those Champions League games, competitive football under your belt, one just last week, does that give you a bit more of an advantage going into this game you haven't played?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said before, the pre-season's pretty long and grueling, so to have some competitive games through that is always nice. We obviously want to be a part of Asia and do really well and win any competition we're in, so firstly to play well in that competition and to really push ourselves forward in that is pretty key. But like you said, it's good to get some competitive games under our belt leading into the season too. So all in all, it worked out really well. Like I said, we want to do really well in that competition, but it sets us up for a good season too.